Hi guys, good morning everyone. I'm gonna give everybody a couple minutes to. Hey Rita, good morning Capri. How are y'all? I didn't see your comments at first. Did y'all? Hey Mo, I was just about to text you, Mo. Good morning. Um, did y'all see Good Morning America this morning? I am like, I'm speechless over this. Oh wow, she actually spoke out. We missed you yesterday, Mo. We missed you yesterday. I'm just like this morning. I'm just like, oh, wow. Good morning, Renee. How are you, girl? Hey, chilling with Van. How are you? Sorry, guys. I had to clean my glasses. I don't know what was all over my glasses. It's good to see you, Renee. Yeah, Mo. Do y'all want to watch a couple of interviews? Hey, Rose. How are you, girlie? I've already got one pulled up. It's the GMA one. She was just on GMA. And I'm sorry if y'all can hear my TV in the background. Rose, you haven't had coffee yet. I've had my Sprite. All right, let's do this first. Let's play the the one from their yard first. I've got it pulled up too. Let me send one more message. Let's see here, guys. Sorry about that. I'm just trying to get it, make sure it's all. Okay.
Prime. I'm Marnie Hughes. We start tonight with an exclusive new interview with Brian Laundrie's sister, Cassie, as the nationwide manhunt for her brother continues tonight. Cassie came out of her house this afternoon with her husband to ask people protesting on her lawn to leave. And then she answered questions for about 20 minutes. And we're going to play for you some of what she had to say this afternoon. We have spliced together some of the clips for time. Joining me now to talk about all of this and the latest in this case is our correspondent, Brian Enton. He is live right now outside the Laundrie family home in Northport, Florida. Brian, this is the first time we've heard this much from Cassie.
Yeah, Marnie, and I want to be very clear and transparent about what you are about to hear and how we obtained it, because I think that's important, especially in light of other interviews that have come out with Cassie and questions that have surrounded those. This is something that was shot by the protesters. You've seen the protesters night after night in our stories. They come outside Brian Laundrie's parents with their bullhorns. Well, today they left here and they went to Cassie Laundrie's house, Brian's sister, and they were protesting outside. And something unexpected happened. Cassie and her husband came outside onto the front lawn. They clearly knew they were being recorded because there's several different recordings, and they just started talking. They started talking to the protesters and answering their questions for close to 20 minutes, Marnie.
That's right, Brian. So as we splice these clips together, you're going to hear a number of new things that we have not heard from before. And the silence from this family, no more, hearing for the first time Cassie in a number of weeks since her brother has gone missing. And the investigation into Gabby Petito's death continues. So in this first clip, Cassie addresses her parents who have not spoken since Brian disappeared. She also talks about the family camping trip to Fort DeSoto. That was on September 6th. Let's listen.
Do you want to grow your YouTube channel? Do you want to earn more views, more subscribers, more watch time, and of course, make more money? Well, it might be time for you to upgrade to TubeBuddy Pro. Sadly, while a lot of people start YouTube channels, many never reach the success that they dream of. Why? Well, there's so much you want to do on your YouTube channel, but it's very easy to get bogged down in details and not focus on the important.
And I am losing my parents and my brother and my children's aunt and my future sister-in-law on top of this, and you're not helping.
Why your parents? Why your parents? You're talking about
Because
Christmas.
they're not talking to us either.
Why aren't they talking to you guys?
If I knew, I would say. I don't know.
Do you think they're involved, your parents?
I don't know. At Fort DeSoto on the 6th, we got there at around 2 o'clock, and we left around 8 because the kids had school the next day.
On the 6th?
On the 6th. We only stayed for about 6 hours.
Who was there?
My mom, my dad, my brother. We had s'mores, we had dinner.
What did Brian say anything about Gabby?
We had our kids there. Nothing came up.
He didn't say anything about Gabby.
No, we've told the FBI everything.
Did Brian go?
The world does not need to know what the FBI knows.
All right, so a couple key points there, Brian. As you heard, they were asked, do you think that your parents are involved? And she said, I don't know. She also talked about that January 6th. Or excuse me, September 6th, Fort DeSoto, camping with the family. She said they were there about 6 hours. And she said at that point, she did not know that Gabby was missing. Based on the timeline, you have been on this case since the very, very beginning. What stands out to you about what Cassie shared?
Well, let's just go to the headline here because I couldn't believe it when I heard it. She was asked, are your parents involved? And she said, I don't know. She didn't say no. she said, I don't know. And she said that she has not been in touch with her parents. So obviously there is division within this family right now. People were thinking maybe they were all on the same page. If she's telling the truth, there's division within the family right now. And she said it in her own words. She doesn't know whether her parents are involved and whether or not they know where Brian Laundrie is right
She
now.
also said, Brian, she said, I've lost my brother and my parents. Why your parents? Because they're not talking to us. I'm not talking to my parents. And then do you think they're involved? She doesn't know. Let's play this next clip for you. Cassie talks about the day Brian showed up at her house. Now, this was back on September 1st when she found out Gabby was missing, and also why she has been silent so far.
So when he came here September 1st, right? You said he came. What did he come here for?
My parents wanted to surprise the kids to pick them up at school. I did not know that Brian was with them when we had previously planned to hang out with them. This is not what we want to be doing. This is not how we want the world to find out when we're angry and upset. But I can't have my kids be crying for 3 days in a row.
What did the FBI take out of the house here? Like what?
Nothing.
They came here though.
Yes.
During
We met with them multiple times.
you met with them multiple times. Did they ask you for like polygraphs or anything like that?
No, but
No.
So not asked about a polygraph. She said, my parents surprised me with the kids. Brian showed up. She didn't know that he was coming. What do you make of what she shared there, Brian?
Well, it's interesting. She's claiming that her parents came to her house and that she didn't know Brian Laundrie was going to be there back on September 1st. But remember when she first did the interview with ABC News, which was short and not really a full interview, and there were a lot of questions about that. ABC News reported that she had said she hadn't seen Brian since he returned to Florida. So we were interested when we had our exclusive reporting on Friday that she had in fact seen Brian at her house on September 1st. Now this new nugget, she's claiming that she just thought her parents were coming and that Brian wasn't going to be there.
Brian, this next clip that we're going to share with folks at home is one of the more surprising, and I watched all 20 minutes. Let's listen now to Cassie describe the attorney for Brian Laundrie, her brother, and also she is asked if she thinks that Brian killed Gabby.
the media ended up misconstruing what I said when they asked me if I had seen my brother. Like I said in the beginning, they didn't say, have you seen Brian? It was, what's the weirdest thing about this all? It was, I haven't been able to speak to my brother. I tried to contact him after this. I tried to contact my family after this. I hadn't been able to speak to my brother.
Do you know
That's
about
it.
any additional burner phones?
I have no idea.
So you don't know nothing.
I do think that was the wrong clip, but we've got a few clips to share with you, so I think we'll get to it. But Brian, one thing that she said is in relation to the attorney for Brian Laundrie, she said, my parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid and I'm not talking to him. And then when asked, did Brian kill Gabby? She said, I don't know.
Again, I mean, these I don't knows are really, really telling. She's not standing there saying, my brother would never do this. I love my brother. There's no way. I mean, she's giving these I don't know answers. And I think that's really significant.
Right. The other thing that she said in a portion of this interview, she said, I wasn't ignoring Mr. Petito's phone call. I think there had been some questions about whether or not Mr. Petito, Gabby's dad, was reaching out to the Laundrie family asking for help. Can you glean some clarity into those conversations or any interaction between these two families when Gabby was still missing?
So what we know, Marnie, is early on in all of this, when Brian returned here to Florida without Gabby in Gabby's van, obviously Gabby's parents became extremely concerned. And according to her parents, they were reaching out to the Laundrie family, mainly to the parents behind me, basically begging for any information. And according to Gabby's parents, they were being flat out ignored. They were texting. They were not even getting responses to their text messages, which they found to be very, very strange considering Gabby was Brian's fiance. Why would the family suddenly be ignoring them? And that's what sparked them to initially call police.
Another couple things that Cassie said. She said, I'm upset. I've been silent because the FBI told me to. Let's listen to another clip here.
Have you ever seen Brian hit Gabby?
No,
Have you ever seen him fight?
no.
Have you ever seen him hit any woman?
No, I've never seen him be
Domestic
abusive
violence
or
runs in your
angry
family.
in anything. No.
You know
No.
that we talked to neighbors. We canvassed your parents' neighborhood.
Yeah.
They've heard screams coming out of your parents' house on multiple occasions.
Your parents' home.
Screams.
I don't know what to tell you about
Might have
that.
been our kids. We lived there for a year.
Oh, you lived at the home in Wabasso?
Yeah,
Gabby
when
and
they-
Brian lived with us.
when they were in New York.
And you've never seen them fight, no argue, no.
Of course, you know,
But nothing.
everybody bickers, but nothing like what no
They have a
domestic
conscience
anything.
to domestic violence.
No,
No.
yes, or else we would have done something about it.
Right.
Like, I don't stand for that. I was in a bad relationship similar to that what's saying has happened. I wouldn't let that happen. We're
A lot of evil monsters were made out to be.
Buried in receipts, invoices, and other paperwork? Then get the all-new Epson Rapid Receipt Smart Organizer.
We're not the monsters we're being made out to be. Brian, she also was asked a few questions about her own relationship with her brother. That's not a clip. I'm just telling you.
Oh,
you hear me?
thanks. Yeah, I was waiting to hear it.
No.
Yeah, I hear you. Sorry, Marnie. Yeah. I don't think, I mean, we did get this video like 30 minutes ago.
Yes.
So we're all just sort of absorbing. I'm just listening so carefully because these are like nuggets that we've never heard before.
Right.
But that was interesting to hear Cassie explain what so many others have said, that she did not see any signs of domestic violence with Brian and Gabby, that she says that was all news to her, which is really consistent with what we've heard from family members on both sides.
She also said she's not close to her brother. They're 8 or 9 years apart. It didn't sound like they lived together, and she doesn't speak to him often. So the fact that she saw him twice in the last few weeks in this very tumultuous time for their family is interesting. All right, we do have another clip. Stand by, Brian. Let's take a listen.
I'm in the boat where I'm getting ignored by my family and thrown under the bus by my family's attorney.
Why would he do that? Like, why?
Protect his client because she's not their client.
So I'm just as mad.
Did they have a storage shed, Gabby and
They had a storage locker.
Brian? Do you know where it was?
I have no idea.
Do you know what date your brother flew back that your dad paid for the plane?
Didn't even know he paid for the plane.
Did he fly back from
He flew back
like
and they
around
had
like what, the
storage
17th or
shed
something?
put it into their house.
Around like the 17th or something
Yeah,
after the
he
fight?
got here on the 17th. I don't know what day he left.
Did you see him on that trip?
Yes.
What was discussed? Anything? Was he discussed about?
They were talking. He was telling me where they were going next. I FaceTimed with Gabby and the kids on that trip. And
Did he say he got in a fight with Gabby? He didn't talk about that incident?
Just was a surprise to us too.
yeah, we're unfortunately in the dark as much as everybody else.
So, Brian, this takes us all the way back to allegedly August 17th, when they say Brian Laundrie flew back home to Florida. His sister saw him. That is information that we had not until tonight been able to corroborate if it is in fact true.
Yeah, these are sort of rumblings. A lot of this stuff that Cassie is saying are rumblings that we've been hearing about, that people on Twitter are constantly direct messaging me about, that we just haven't been able to confirm because the FBI has been so tight-lipped, and obviously no one from the family will ever talk to us. So it's very interesting to hear Cassie now confirming some of these tidbits. And also, I mean, she just said that her own family attorney, the words were, she feels thrown under the bus. So based on everything we're hearing, it sounds like there is some major infighting within the Laundrie family. The parents in the house behind me, who haven't come out in days now, clearly not on the same page as their daughter, Cassie, who lives about 45 minutes from here.
And Cassie is saying, I am not talking to my parents. I've lost my brother, my parents. The FBI has told us not to talk. And if you're just joining us, the reason she and her husband came out is they wanted these protesters off of their lawn. Their kids are inside. It was for their own protection. And then for 20 minutes, she continued to answer questions about her brother, about the case, about what she knew. Another interesting thing that we learned from Cassie this afternoon, Brian, was that the couple had a storage locker that they shared. Cassie says she doesn't know where that is. We now have that clip when Cassie is asked, did Brian kill Gabby? Let's listen.
My parents' lawyer really screwed me over by saying that he just
Well, I
stopped
saw
by.
the comment that
he
he
did
made.
not just stop by on the way home, and I was livid, and I'm not speaking to anybody.
Yeah.
Do you think Brian killed Gabby?
I don't know. Silence was not guilt. Silence was
Well,
the
nobody
FBI
came here
telling us
until
not
the
to.
lie.
The sooner he's found, the sooner this is over for us.
Yes.
The sooner he is found, the sooner it is over for us. And just to go through what they just said there, Brian, she said, my parents' lawyer screwed me over. I'm livid and I'm not talking to him. Did Brian kill Gabby? I don't know. And silence is not guilt. The FBI has told us not to talk. Surprising that she did.
Yeah, it is. I mean, it totally caught me off guard tonight. I've been to Cassie's house several times, knocked on the door. We've put in requests to talk to her, and she hasn't talked to the media since that one interview very, very early on. And I think she must have just gotten fed up with these protesters. The neighbors were clearly fed up, and her husband just decided to come right out. And again, I just want to reiterate for people who are listening to this and maybe didn't catch the beginning. I mean, the person asking these questions, the man and the woman, these are protesters. These aren't reporters. These are protesters who are just out there protesting. She comes out and they started sort of getting the opportunity to ask these questions.
Mm-hmm. And all this happening, Brian, as the search for Brian Laundrie continues. I want to talk to you about your report today. You were in the middle of putting a piece together for tonight about a possible sighting in the Appalachian Trail. What can you tell us about where the search stands tonight and what we've learned?
So still no confirmed sightings of Brian Laundrie tonight, Marnie, but what we have been looking into is this report from a hiker along the Appalachian Trail right on the border of Tennessee and North Carolina. He says that he was hiking over the weekend, early Saturday morning, when he says he saw someone who he believes is Brian Laundrie in a white pickup truck. He says he's been following the case. He knows what Brian Laundrie looks like. I talked to this guy. He's an engineer. He says he's detail oriented. He says he is 99% sure that he saw Brian Laundrie. I spoke with him on the phone. His name's Dennis. This is what he told me. Okay, so basically what he told me was that that he was, again, 99% sure that it was him, that he's been in touch with the FBI, and that he actually plans to meet with the FBI either tomorrow or on Wednesday.
Brian, are they still searching the reserve? What's the status of that tonight?
So the reserve search is ongoing. The swamp, which is just a couple of miles from where we are, but it's scaled down massively. Today, we had a chopper up looking from the sky because that's really the only way to keep an eye on things there. And there was one airboat we spotted with a canine and a search crew on the airboat. So not as big a search as we saw last week when there were literally hundreds of people out there searching.
How about the scene outside the parents tonight and throughout the day? Has that changed?
It's been quiet out here. You know, they haven't come out all.
Okay, guys. Good morning, everyone that came in while the video was playing. That was Brian Eaton reporting on a situation that happened at Brian's sister Cassie's house yesterday. Protesters were outside of her house, and she and her husband just walked outside on the lawn and started answering questions. My issue with this is, okay, guys, I'm just going to be point blank honest with you. I'm glad she talked. Yay, Cassie spoke. I'm glad she did. There's another interview I'm going to play in just a moment. She's been on Good Morning America this morning. I'm glad she spoke. But everyone needs to remember she has children at home. You know what I mean? She has kids at her house. Do you want to traumatize children just to get your 15 minutes on? You're not a reporter. No disrespect to anyone, but these people asking her these questions outside of her home are not reporters. They are not trained to ask these questions. And some of them did sound pretty rough. Some of them, if they had came to my house, I would have asked them to leave. Dave, exactly right. Yeah. Um, yes, I understand that, Van. A lot of families will conspire to with each other, you know what I mean? And try to figure out the best way to handle a situation. Yes, Kathy, it can. This type of behavior can have a negative effect of the prosecution of this case. It can. So that's why I'm with mixed emotions about them even being there. And guys, like I said, Cassie has children in her home. This is already going to be difficult enough for these children to deal with if it's handled in the best of terms, not when it's handled like this. Not like this. Exactly, Charlene. Cassie needs her own attorney. The parents' attorney, everyone needs to remember the parents' attorney was hired by the parents. Who is the attorney going to protect? The one that's writing him the check, him or her the check. That's who they're going to protect, in my opinion. That's who they're going to protect. Um, my family has had to use attorneys several times. That's who he's always protected, the one who's wrote him the check. Right now, my husband and I have an attorney due to my husband being injured in a car accident. When he is dealing with the other driver and their insurance company, he's looking out for our best interest. That's who the attorney, whoever signs that contract and hands him the money, that's who he protects. Cassie needs her own attorney. And those people should not be allowed to be on her yard. The case has been calculated. Modern perspective, that's exactly what I was about to say. You mean to tell me that Brian was with her parents on the 1st when they came to pick up our children, and then on the 6th when they went to the camping ground, and the topic that Cassie is missing, that Gabby's missing, never came up at all? You never discussed the fact that Aunt Gabby is nowhere to be found? Oh, Charlene, I imagine she's the black sheep of the family right now, totally. But I just find it hard to believe that they were, especially on the 6th, they were at Fort DeSoto camping area for this picnic or whatever that they went on. And the fact that Aunt Gabby is nowhere to be found wasn't mentioned by Cassie, her husband, nor her 2 children. Mm-mm. Doesn't pass my smell test. It just doesn't, guys. It just doesn't. All right, do y'all want to watch the Good Morning America one? Because I have it pulled up too. Okay, let me get it. It's loading right now, guys. Let it get loaded completely and then we'll play it. It's like 5 minutes long, just so that you know. Okay, here we go. Ooh, don't forget to click that one.
People today. They could spend half their lives over 50. So it helps to have a wise friend and fierce defender like AARP to help you take control of your
come
health
on.
along the way.
What's in it?
I don't know, but it's green.
Green's good.
Whether it's your wellness,
What are you in for?
Cholesterol check.
Cool.
your brain health,
Guys, I don't see any way to.
or your endurance. That's why the younger you are, the more you need AARP. Join today.
Okay.
That ABC News exclusive interview with Brian Laundrie's sister, who's speaking out as police hunt for her brother. And this morning, a new message from Gabby Petito's family as well. ABC's Victor Okendo is in Miami Beach, Florida with the very latest. Good morning, Victor.
Good morning, Michael. We have learned so much more about this case in the week since we last heard from Cassie Laundrie. It turns out she was also on that family camping trip that Brian took with his parents after he returned home without Gabby Petito. Cassie insists she still doesn't know where her brother is.
No, I do not know where Brian is. I'd turn him in.
Overnight, Cassie Laundrie attempting to set the record straight, speaking out for the first time since Gabby Petito's body was found and her brother Brian was reported missing. Later named a person of interest in Petito's murder and wanted by the FBI in a fraud investigation.
I really wish he had come to me first that day with the van because I don't think we'd be here. I worry about him. I hope he's okay. And then I'm angry and I don't know what to think. I would tell my brother to just come forward and get us out of this horrible mess.
And now detailing the last time she saw her brother.
The last time I physically saw it and the last time I physically spoke to my brother was on the 6th. I've tried to get in touch with him. Phone went to voicemail.
Cassie sharing this photo exclusively with ABC News, showing Brian and his 5-year-old nephew camping at Fort DeSoto Park with their parents 5 days before Gabby was reported missing.
We just went for a couple of hours and we ate dinner and had s'mores around the campfire and left. And there was nothing peculiar about it. There was no feeling of grand goodbye. There was nothing. I'm frustrated that in hindsight, I didn't pick up on anything. It was just a regular visit.
By the time Gabby was found 13 days later, Brian had already vanished. The day Cassie learned of his disappearance, she says she immediately told investigators about that camping trip.
It was not hidden from law enforcement. I've been cooperating with the police since day one. I have been in touch with law enforcement.
And now she's calling on her parents to do the same.
Justice for Gabby would look like having someone come forward and tell the truth. I don't know if my parents are involved. I think if they are, then they should come clean.
Cassie says her brother has taken multiple trips for up to 5 days at a time on the Appalachian Trail, where multiple tips have been reported. And over the weekend, a possible sighting was reported to investigators along the nearly 2,200-mile trail near the Tennessee-North Carolina border.
I wasn't sure about what he looked like. And then I went and parked and pulled up the photographs of him. And I'm 99.99% sure that was him.
Police have said they're factoring in Brian's reported skills living off the grid in their search for him, but Cassie says it's unusual for him to be gone for this long.
I'd say Brian's a mediocre survivalist. It wouldn't surprise me if he could last out there a very long time, but also I don't think anything would surprise me at this point. If the FBI finds him in Timbuktu, I'd be like, all right, well, that's where he was. I've got nothing. I hope my brother is alive because I want answers just as much as everybody else.
Is there something on your cheek here? Looks like, did you get hit in the face?
Well, to be honest, I never really hit him first.
Did he hit you though? I mean, it's okay if you're saying you hit him, and then I understand if he hit you, but we want to know the truth if he actually hit you.
Well, he grabbed me with his nail.
She says the body cam video from the Moab, Utah police encounter is hard to watch.
It's definitely painful to see everybody just be upset. It was pretty typical of them to argue and try and take space from each other, but people saying they saw public domestic violence, I've never seen anything like that from either of them.
Now she wonders if more could have been done.
I definitely feel like if they had all of the 911 calls from the multiple people they said, that I think that it would have gone a lot differently and we'd be in a different situation.
Cassie says she's as concerned as she is for her brother. She is mourning for Gabby and wants her family to know her heart is with them.
I've been cooperating so that everyone gets answers. They deserve answers.
Gabby's parents sending a message to Brian on the Dr. Phil show.
If you truly loved her, you should turn yourself in.
The Laundrie family attorney released a statement saying in part that Brian's parents don't know where he is, and the speculation by the public and some in the press that the parents assisted Brian in leaving the family home or in avoiding arrest is just.
Guys, I'm so sorry. I forgot to hit the mute. If the audio was off a little bit on that one, I apologize. If the audio seemed off on that one, I'm so sorry. I forgot to hit the mute button on my side. But so what do you guys think about these two interviews? Yes, Gabby definitely had a beautiful soul. She definitely had a beautiful soul. And the way that her parents, even though they're divorced, the way that they're all four coming together, and thank good Renee and Mo, I'm so glad. Bingo, Modern Prospector. There you go, guys. Modern Prospector just said what everyone's thinking right there. Cassie saying, I hope my brother is alive because I want answers just as much as anyone else, unquote. That sounds scripted. If my sibling was accused of doing this same thing, I'd want them found alive because of family. Guys, she's more concerned about this ending for them than she is about Gabby's family getting the answers they deserve and Gabby getting justice. Cassie seems more concerned about this stopping for her. Did you hear her and her husband several times say, this stops for us? This stops for us? Well, Cassie, I'm here to tell you, Gabby's family's pain will never stop until the day they take their last breath. So what, you're missing your brother for a few weeks. Their daughter's gone forever. Nicole, that's what I'm saying. That's what they're claiming. The 1st and the 6th, the fact that Gabby is nowhere to be found never came up. Never. That is BS. I'm sorry. I try to watch my mouth on here. I really do, guys. But I call BS on that. No. My family is as close as they come. And I can promise you, if someone showed up at a family function without one of my brothers showed up without their wife, we're going to be asking, where's she at? Oh, she's at home sick. Oh, okay. Or, oh, she had something else to do. She had another function to go to. Oh, okay. But we're going to ask questions. Chilling with Van, I want to tell you, I think he's alive too. And I want to tell you why I think he's alive. This family is not acting like anyone that's grieving over someone being deceased. They know he's alive. Exactly, Charlene. First question you'd ask, where's Gabby? Exactly, Nicole. First question you'd ask, where's your girlfriend? Where's Gabby? Where's Aunt Gabby? Y'all, Mo posted the link for the Gabby Petito Foundation her family started. It's gabbypetitofoundation.org. Please consider going to it if you feel led to, and make a donation. Her family is going to use that foundation to help bring awareness to cases like Gabby's. Capri, please do it. Please do look at it and see what you think. Please do, because I would really like to know what you think about it. My heart does go out to Cassie's children, guys. They don't understand where Aunt Gabby is. They don't understand why all these strangers are coming to their house and to grandma and grandpa's house day after day after day asking questions. The children were put in a situation that they should not be put in by their Uncle Brian and their grandparents. Grandma and grandpa, you're not innocent in this. I'm sorry. Yay, Charlene, that's so good. Yay. Yeah, right there. I'm glad to know that they got the bracelets ready to order. If you want to order a bracelet to wear to always show your support and remember Gabby, you can go to that foundation and order bracelets too. Yeah. But I just thought these two interviews were I thought these two interviews were definitely interesting. I like watching body language. I like watching I liked watching I was interesting to watch Cassie and her husband feeding off of each other. You can tell a lot about a conversation just how people feed off of each other. And to me, they're more concerned. Hey, Alicia, they're more concerned about. Thank you, Van. I appreciate that. They're more concerned about getting this stopped for them than they are uh, about Gabby's family. They're more concerned about how this affects them than they are about how Gabby's family is being affected. That's just the way it seems to me. I'm interested to hear what anyone else thinks. Um, I didn't hear her one time express any sympathy toward Gabby's family. Not once. Maybe I missed it. But just a second, girl. Just a second. Um, maybe I missed it. Maybe I missed something, but I did not hear her one time say anything about about Gabby's family. And that spoke volumes to me. Exactly, Kathy. Exactly. You've got all these major media companies that's wanting to speak to you, but you choose to come outside and talk to a protester, someone who's been outside of your house for days with a megaphone screaming at you. Doesn't make any sense. Yeah, guys, I've got to drive today to a doctor's appointment. And oh yeah, I welcome everyone that is respectful. Yeah, as long as you're respectful and everything, everyone's welcome here. Everyone, this is a safe environment. You can come here and express yourself. Oh, I hear somebody. Hey, girl.
Hey, sorry. Hey, what's
That's
up?
okay.
How are you? Oh my gosh. I've had a morning. My so I didn't get to hear everything and I'd like to can you catch me up really quick?
Well, there's actually two interviews. One, Brian Laundrie, Cassie came outside and talked to
Okay, yeah,
to the
I got that one.
protester. Okay, she was on Good Morning America this morning. Supposedly, she saw Brian on the 1st and the 6th. On the protesting when she said that they saw him for 2 hours at the campsite. And then on Good Morning America, on one of them, she said 6 hours, and one time she said a couple of hours just to eat and make s'mores. But she's saying the subject of Gabby never came up.
Oh, but she released those those postcards, remember?
Yeah, exactly.
I think that obviously it had to have come up Come on, it had to have. And then also, she said before she hadn't spoken to them in how long?
Well,
remember?
She said, I can't remember how long she said before, but in Good Morning America, she said that she FaceTimed with Gabby when Brian flew back to Florida. And then there was some speculation too in these two interviews that Brian's dad possibly paid for him to fly back to Florida between the 17th and the 23rd to do whatever it was he needed to do.
Hi everyone in chat. I'm sorry I didn't get to tag you and say hi, but okay. So this is what I'm thinking. She obviously knows more. And she's scheduling interviews that are paying her. Come on. You know that.
Yeah, Good Morning America paid her. Now, she walked outside, though, to those protesters and talked to them. Okay, why would you just walk outside to protesters? Unless it was, like Mo said, trying to get them to be quiet and leave you alone.
Yeah, I mean, her kids and stuff. But still.
Yeah.
I feel like she's gonna turn on her family. And this might help breaking the case.
Oh, she's turning on the parents now. There's no
Yeah.
doubt about it. She's turning on the parents now because she actually urged her mom and dad, if they know anything to say it, to come out with it.
Or it's all show
So
like her first interview. It might be all just for show to buy more time for them.
Exactly.
Girl, I almost popped a stitch.
I told you better be careful.
Listen, my kid's bus driver, I guess she's not their like technical bus driver, she drove their route several times for them. She pulled around the corner and started screaming at all the kids. So I hurried up and ran over there and I'm like, what's going on? She tried saying that wasn't their bus stop. And she got up out of her seat and was like waving her finger at me. I said, whoa. I was like, sit down. Who are you talking to like that? Screaming at the kid. These kids were scared to get on the bus. Not to change subject. You know what she did? She shut the door and told me, take them to school yourself. Girl,
my goodness.
I'm not trying to change subject, but that's just how I've had a heated morning.
Oh, girl,
wow.
I understand. No, you're fine. You're fine. Phantom of many topics. Do you want to tell us why you think that? I mean, you're welcome to come up.
Let me see what they said. What did Cassie
They
is
said
100?
Cassie is
Can you say that for a fact, or is that just your opinion?
Phantom of many topics. There's the link. If you would like to come up, you're welcome to come up and let us know your opinions on why you think Cassie's innocent. I mean, I'll listen to anyone.
I just don't understand why she lied in the beginning. So, I mean, you know what I mean? Phantom, I'm sorry. I just don't get why she lied from the beginning and then continued to then release those postcards after Gabby passed, knowing Gabby passed, everyone knowing. And then now her story is she did go camping with, not camping with them, but there. So tell me how and that's just your opinion, okay.
I mean, the Phantom of us, they're saying 3 minutes. Yep, okay. All right. You're welcome to come up. Yeah. Baseline facial expression. Capri says she needs a baseline of facial expressions and mannerisms before it can make the innocent or guilty conclusion. See,
And you know
that's
what?
fair.
And
That's
Capri,
fair.
I love that because go look at like the body language experts that are on. There's a lot of good ones on YouTube. And
I like
they
watching Peter Hyatt.
yeah, that I was trying to think of good ones to name. Um,
Mhm.
it really does tell a lot. I
Mhm.
notice a lot when you know what one of law enforcement that I know, they told me that when somebody's guilty, like if you say, "Do you have anything on you?" they will instantly pat where it is they have, like, let's say they have drugs on them. They will instantly pat that pocket first, or their
Mhm.
bra, so the cops know to instantly search right there. It
Wait a minute.
just
Let's see. Wait. Let's see. This guy right here is a former. He's a retired cop. It says in his training and experience with law enforcement, Cassie does not come off as a truthful person. She may
Yep.
not have committed a crime, but she isn't being forthcoming with information.
I love that. That's a
Mo, I
very
just pinned it. Mo, I just did pin it. I just did. I was about to tell you that was a good idea. I didn't think about it. Yeah, that was a good idea.
You want
But
to come up, modern?
no. Modern perspective. No. He just likes to chat. He just likes to talk in
Okay.
the chat for right now. Yeah, he knows he has an open invitation anytime that he does want to come up.
Yeah, I mean, and honestly, like you notice, like if something's missing, say in your house, and someone is there, and you know, I know people have had this happen to them before, and if they took it, they'll help you. They'll help you look for it. But I just the law enforcement that I in my family said when someone is guilty, they will instantly um go to where that something is on them when they're doing a search, and they will always look to the, not everybody, but majority look to the left when they're lying.
Mhm. People, I noticed when I worked in the hospital setting, people will not look you in the eye when they are not telling the truth. They will not look you in the eye. I went in rooms where people said that they were in a lot of pain. And I mean, everyone knows that when you're in the hospital, you're asked 0 to 10, how bad is the
Yeah,
pain?
I
Okay.
just got upset.
When a patient would look at me and tell me a 10, but they wouldn't make eye contact with me, they wouldn't, they were laughing and cutting up and all of that. Well, yeah, narcs. Now, some of them can look you directly in the eye, but a lot of patients have trouble looking you directly in the eye when they are seeking drugs. A lot of them do. Some of them, though, you have to be careful because some of them can look you dead in the eye, never blink an eye, and be right on point. Yes, it's this, and this.
I like the ones that put the show on and will sit there and scream they're in pain.
Yeah.
Um,
Frequent
but
flyers, that's right, Kathy. Frequent flyers. They know
yeah.
exactly what to say. Wait a minute. Hey, wait a minute. Hold on just a second, because Phantom, I just realized you're backstage. I'm so sorry.
Thank you.
Hey, welcome to the show.
Hi.
I'm so
Thank you.
sorry.
Are you able to hear me?
Yeah,
Yes,
we
sir.
can
We
hear
can
you
hear you
Okay.
great.
just fine.
Okay. So, she said that the media misquoted her, and I believe her in this sense. She says, "I have not been able to speak to my brother since I found out." She did not say, "I did not see my brother since they got back from Florida or since he's been back from Florida or whatever." The media misquoted her. She said, "You can look at the transcript. What they said, I said, was not what I said. What I said was, since I found out that Gabby was missing, I have not had a chance to speak to Brian." She didn't find out about Gabby being missing until the 11th, because even Gabby's parents didn't even attempt to report her to be missing until the 10th. She met Brian briefly on the 1st at her house, just a hello, oh, you're back? Yeah, we're back. Oh, where's Gabby? Oh, she's resting. Okay, something like that. Easy dismissal, right?
That's
On the
easy to
6th.
explain
On the
away.
6th
Yeah.
at the camping at the camping site. Oh, hey, where's Gabby? She's been eaten alive by insects. She doesn't want to be here, of course. That's it. It's an easy dismissal. He could have said something like that. She's just tired of being out. Think about it. You're at a camping site. There's a lot of mosquitoes there, right? And he could have just said something like, she's just tired of being eaten alive by insects. And I would have bought that as a reasonable excuse for not being at the campsite with Brian and the rest of the family, because she's been attacked by a lot of insects lately. See, he could have said something just like that and dismissed it. And there's no reason why Gabby, either on the 1st or the 6th, would think that Gabby is missing. Because there's no missing persons filed until the 10th or the 11th, right?
Yeah, you just made a great point.
She doesn't live with them, so she hasn't
agree with
seen
you
the
there.
van. She doesn't live with them. She doesn't see the van, and she's already said that the Petitos. She says, you can check my phone records. They've never tried to call me until after the 10th or the 11th, right? So on the 1st and the 6th, she has no reason to think anything's wrong. And like if my mom and I met my sister for lunch, there's no reason why I'm gonna say, "Where's your husband?" He's probably at
Right.
work. He's fishing. He's out with friends. Whatever. It's like, you're not always gonna see the person's spouse with them. I think that she is 100% honest. I think she came out and told everything that she can tell. Now, she's also restricted by the FBI too, by saying things. The FBI said you cannot talk about certain things, and so she's gone as far as she can to tell the public.
Yeah.
And she's doing it. Yeah, she's doing it for her children. Oh, how selfish of her. She should all just think about Gabby's death. I think she genuinely liked Gabby. Otherwise, why would she communicate with Gabby on FaceTime when Brian was home, doing
But
the
here's
storage
the thing,
thing?
though, Phantom. Phantom,
Mhm.
here's the thing, though, because she is saying that on the camping trip on the 6th, that Gabby's name was never brought up. It's not like it was brought up and dismissed as she didn't want to. You know what I mean? We got to think about that too.
Yeah, but the
But I mean,
thing
I'm
is,
not saying you're
yeah.
wrong. I'm not saying you're wrong. Please understand that. I'm not saying you're wrong, but it's like people in chat are saying, but she said that Gabby's name was never brought up.
And that might be the case. I mean, why would she think that Gabby would want to, be at every camping site, especially since they just spent 60 days camping? I mean, who would want to?
Or like you said, she can't disclose some things,
Right. Yeah. Either that or the FBI said you can't talk and whatever. But I don't see Cassie as being part of the plan. Otherwise, she's not under the umbrella of protection by the lawyers. So she's definitely. I don't think she was in on anything. I think she's the only one in the Laundrie family that is truly innocent, truly innocent in all of this. And even those protesters that had such vitriol for Cassie said, you know what? I think we believe you. We're just going to leave you alone now, right? Even those yeah.
No, I was just agreeing with you. They even said that they were going to leave her alone now.
Yeah.
I just hope that she was being innocent. I mean, she was being truthful. You know what I mean? I just hope she was being truthful. I really do.
I don't see how she can't be, because I mean, part of anything, because again, the Petito parents did not report her missing till the 10th or the 11th. They tried on the 10th. The police said, no, you have to give it one more day, or for whatever reason. And on the 11th, they made it official. But she saw Brian on the 1st. How's Gabby? Resting. One word.
Yeah.
No other words necessary. Or Gabby didn't come today. She's sleeping. That's it. I mean, you're not going to say, well, why isn't she here? She's going to be a missing person in 9 days, so I don't believe you. Because we all are looking things from hindsight, from backwards. But when you were there when Cassie was there on the 1st or the 6th, she had no reason to suspect that Gabby is a missing person at all.
You know
Right?
what?
Yeah. Uh-huh.
You made a good. Now this shows a lot about Brian's personality
Yeah.
and his the psychology and everything, and how his brain works. Like
Right. Yeah, but I mean, I'm certainly not a person to be camping, and if someone said to me, "Oh, at a campsite, why isn't Gabby here? She's tired of being eaten alive by insects." That's it.
Yeah,
One
and that
sentence would just
explains it away. Yeah.
Yeah.
That's true.
And
I mean, I agree with you there. I mean, I can see how that possibly could have happened. You know what I mean? And I
right.
think it would have helped a lot in a lot of our minds if she had said that in one of these two interviews. If she
Well, the
would have just
problem with
said,
the first media, the problem with the first media interview was that she said she was misquoted. She said, "I never said I didn't see Brian since he's been back from the trip." She said, "I haven't been able to talk to Brian since I found out that Gabby was missing." And if you go back and
missing.
look at
That's right.
and if you look at her words, that's exactly what she said. "I haven't spoken to Brian since I found out that Gabby was missing." And that means that
Yeah.
she hasn't been able to speak to Gabby or to anybody or to Brian since the 10th or the 11th. But on the 1st and the 6th, it's and then the media just said, "Oh, she said that she never even saw Brian." And she did
Yeah.
not say those words. She says, "Check the transcripts." I mean, it's for everybody to see. You can rewind it and see what I said. See what they asked and see what I said. So and at the time she may have not even think, because we don't think about our words, in terms of like what's going to happen tomorrow. I mean, at the time she just said, "No, I haven't seen it since I found out. I haven't seen Brian. I haven't talked to him at all." It was just an off the cuff answer. So I think that she is 100% innocent. There's no reason, and I do think that the parents are covering up for Brian. But put yourself in their position. If your child killed some other person's child, your first instinct is still to protect your own child. And
well,
there's even a
and
Blumhouse
in a
movie.
way, yes. But my boys are 21 and 24, so I'm kind of coming from a place where I have children their age.
Right.
I can almost guarantee you that if one of my boys went on a trip with their significant other that was supposed to be a 3-month trip, turned into a 2-month trip, came home early without said significant other, they've got some explaining to do at my
Well,
house.
he probably told his parents, "I accidentally killed her," and they're not going to believe that, I'm innocent because of the August 12th incident. I mean, he may have lied to their parents and said, "Oh, she fell off a ledge," and they're for sure going to think that, I killed her or whatever, because he's a chronological liar and a psychopath now that
yeah. But
we
let's
know
look
that.
at it now. Looking at this now, also his parents' actions. How do you think that their actions have also maybe formed what Brian is doing now and as a person?
Well, the thing is, I mean, they actually might be just normal people up until the time that Brian came home. I mean, it's very possible that they're actually pretty good people, because I don't think anybody in town has said, they're a bunch of scumbags or whatever. I don't think
No,
that,
no one's came out and said that about them. That's what I
Right.
was noticing too. I didn't mean to interrupt you, but no one's came out and spoke badly of the parents.
But people,
no one has done that.
Facades are put on every day. Look at Facebook. I'm sorry, but everybody, it's all a facade.
We all put on facades. We're all smiling in our Facebook pictures and stuff like that, but that doesn't mean, I mean, I'm pretty certain that if I came home and told my mom that I was oh, sorry.
So
no,
you're
it's
okay.
No, you go
Please
ahead. I was
go
just
on.
letting her up, Phantom. Go ahead. Go ahead. I was just letting her
No,
up.
I
Go
mean,
ahead.
think about it. I don't have children, but I very well might try to my first instinct, if my child said I accidentally killed somebody and the police are gonna think I'm guilty, Mom and Dad, please help me out. I think that they would. You know, that's a natural
you're
parental
right.
instinct too. And then once they're in it too deep, now they can't turn back, because once you've helped Brian, cover up, then there's no turning back from that. You're guilty and you're going to go to jail on felony murder, right?
Now you have me looking at this as in my child came to me and said, Mom, Dad, Mom, I accidentally
killed somebody.
Or she fell off and,
cliff.
And I would instantly go in panic mode.
Right.
And, okay. But I think I would get a lawyer for my child.
Mm-hmm.
But I think that I would also allow my child and us to speak.
Right. Well, probably he told them a story, and and maybe they didn't even think that he would escape the country or become a fugitive or something like that. Maybe maybe they're telling the truth about that too, or not. I don't know how much of the thing is planned, but right now on Amazon Prime there's a Blumhouse movie called The Lie, which talks about it's a girl. This time it's a 16-year-old girl that accidentally kills her best friend, and the parents help them cover the lie. Right. And they get deeper and deeper into the lie, but it's a natural parental instinct
And she didn't
to
even
protect your
kill her.
child. Yeah. No, I haven't seen the movie, but what I'm saying is that it's a natural parental instinct to pick your child over "quote unquote" justice for Gabby or whatever, because we're all invested in Gabby, but they're just invested in Brian.
Yeah, and as you putting it in that perspective, made me look at this a little differently. As far as the accident and go as a parent going into panic mode, like, oh my gosh, what can we do? Where do we begin in getting this
Right. And they call their family lawyer, and the family lawyer says the best thing you can do, especially
Shut up. Yep.
is just not say anything. Especially if Brian did kill her, then the best thing to do is not say anything, because that's the best move.
Yeah.
That is, on the chessboard, if you're just looking at it from a cold perspective, not saying anything is the right move. In fact, lawyers tell you, even if you're innocent, don't. I mean, I don't know how old you guys are, but during the John Bonet thing, how many of us did think, oh, it was the parents. Oh, the dad was, jealous of John Bonet, or he was, some sort of molester or whatever. It turns out neither parent was guilty of anything. They were both just innocent victims.
Exactly.
Both parents were innocent. Huh?
You're
Yeah,
exactly
okay, go ahead.
right. You're exactly right. No, you're fine. Hey, Joey,
Hey,
what's
thank
up,
you.
girl?
I'll just listen from the background. Thank you very much.
Oh, okay. Thank you for Phantom. You're always welcome. To
You're
come up, okay?
yeah.
Yeah.
You're always welcome.
Yeah. Okay.
I
Thank you.
And
appreciate you so
guys,
much.
here's Phantom's channel. I'm gonna drop his Phantom of Many Topics channel link. There's his link, guys. Go and subscribe to him.
Awesome. I love your point of view, Phantom, and I really appreciate it. Thank you, because it got my brain ticking now. Thank you so much.
Yeah. Hey, Joey, what's up, girl?
Okay,
Joey.
breaking news from Australia, guys. Joey's here. Now listen.
Joey's here. Joey's in the house. Joey's in the house.
Joey's in the fucking house. That's all. Sorry. Take a swear away, Joe. Listen, I've been watching this.
I want to start the swear jar, Joey.
Listen, I've just been watching this interview, right? And then I seen you alive, and my heart's beating so fast, right? So I've got this serial killer theory, right? I think Brian Laundrie is a serial killer. This is just my opinion, Joey's opinion.
You're entitled to that.
Get this, guys. In this in this interview, right? That News Nation one, between 2:15 and 2:30, I've picked up her husband. So one of the hecklers is saying they've lost a life, as in Gabby. And you know what her husband said? We could have too.
We'd say this again.
Are you getting me? Are you getting me?
Can you
You
say
know
this
what
I
I
got
again?
you, Joey.
Can
You
you say
get
that
me?
again?
So one of the hecklers said when they were interviewing them pair, they've lost a life, as in Gabby's lost her life. Their family's lost a life, right? And the husband comes back and said, we could have too.
Yep. He sure did. I kind of caught that too, but you know, you
Oh
try
my
not
God.
to just.
Okay, wait. Who said that again?
The
The
husband,
husband
Cassie's
did
husband.
in the
Oh
first
yeah, you're
one.
right. You're right. Oh my.
Right? So my heart's
Mm-hmm.
thumping, and now I'm on this panel, and it's like, I'm sure he's looking at me like I'm a loony.
No, but
No, girl. No, I'm looking at you
you're
like you caught something.
no, I love that you like this information because it gets my brain thinking and like things that I have missed. Maybe I need to go back and rewatch a lot of things, you know?
Mm-hmm.
And
Oh yeah,
and
I'm
then there's
definitely going back and rewatching these videos. I'm definitely going back.
And then I was just reading an article, right, from usnews.com, and it was on the 3rd of October. And in that article, it was about Kylan and Crystal Wright, the Moab murders. And in that article, it said, so when they went back and stayed at the motel, the couple left within days, not a day, days. So Brian was in that town when them girls were murdered. But anyway, this is just Joe's opinion. Breaking news. All right, hello Tia.
No,
Thank you for
you know
coming
what?
up.
Joey,
Okay.
Joey, I'm going to be honest with you.
Yep.
I'm conflicted about those murders as well.
Yeah.
I really am. I just there hasn't been any murders there.
That's what I was looking up. Yes.
And then all of a sudden, you know, these they're three.
The Moonflower was just around the corner from the motel that
Yeah.
Brian stayed at.
I can tell you, and I'm sorry. Good morning, everyone.
Hi, Tia.
Morning, Tia.
Hi, Tia.
Thanks for letting
Thank
me
you
come
so
up. And
much, girl.
I'm
I'm
only
so
really
excited. I'm so excited Tia's here.
I'm so excited to be here. Are you kidding me? I left T and I started looking into the Moab ladies, and we did find a lot of similarities and a lot of things that were like, this is unusual. And you know, they were here together and they were there together, along with other van lifers. So that being the case, also I did find quite a bit with the help of some other people that those girls were probably killed by a mental patient who escaped.
I did hear about that guy, yeah.
Who has since been caught. And the odds that he did it are pretty good. Like the way that these poor women were found, and he was a really bad guy. And
So where did he escape from, Tia?
Kansas, a mental hospital in
Kansas?
Kansas.
Okay.
Where's
Oh
Kansas?
wow.
And I have his name, which I don't want to throw his name out there right now, but we do. I mean, his name's out there. Y'all can Google escaped mental patient in Kansas, I guess. They did catch him, and he is a sexual predator.
Whoa.
So just the way that these beautiful beings were discarded, I think it's pretty high that he did it. Now,
where was he caught, Tia?
I know that it is far too early, and I've only had a half a cup of coffee. I don't know. I know. I just can't think of it at the moment. But I just want to throw that out there. God knows I'm not here to protect Brian or anything.
Yeah.
Oh, no. I know you better than that. You're not here to protect him. That is for sure.
No, but I do want to make sure that the story is set straight for those women, because
Yes.
Yeah.
if they don't have anything to do with this, then they should be honored. But I don't want them brought into this messy mess.
So, what do you think
Yeah.
the chances are that he could have done this to Gabby?
That who? Brian
That
or
Brian, right?
No, the mental patient.
Oh, 0. I think it's Brian, 100%.
Mm-hmm.
0. I mean, I that's a great question. That's a great question, but 0. In my opinion, allegedly for entertainment purposes only. I don't want to.
Yes, we all got to protect ourselves.
We do. You got to protect the channel you're on.
And what about the Robert Lowry?
What was that?
What about it?
What about Robert Lowry?
Who's Robert Lowry?
He was found not
Oh,
far.
the guy that I
in the,
now,
in the
is that
Grand
the guy with the
Tetons
dog?
as well. Hey?
Is that the guy that was found with the dog next to him? Joey?
No, that was a 14-year-old boy. No, this guy was found in the Grand Tetons. Along the Snake River. It's along that Snake River thing. It was only about 60k from it was just out of Wilson near Jackson. Yeah.
Okay.
Jackson Hole. Yeah.
I will be 100% honest with you. I haven't connected the dots on that yet. So I don't know. Do I think it's possible? Of course.
Anything's possible,
On the
yeah.
table for me. Everything's on the table.
Yeah, as I said, it was all my opinion. I'm no copper, no FBI agent. Just Joe from Australia
You're
giving her
smart.
opinion.
You're smart. You read. You know what's going on. You know what time it is.
So Tia,
I even know what time it is in Jackson. In Jackson Hole at 7:50 a.m., mate. I'm watching a cam.
Tia, I have another question.
Yes, ma'am.
Regarding the mental patient, and this is only speculation that I heard that Gabby was found with SA.
Mm-hmm.
What if Brian really did go back on and do the storage unit or whatever, came back, and this is just a theory, you're speculating, and I don't like to speculate, but that really stands out, and he came back and he finds her like that, and then.
But how did he find the car? That was always my point. How did he know where the car would be?
Because he
When
parked
you
it.
do a timeline of, here's the thing about theories.
You're right. That timeline. You know what?
You can, and I don't want to dismiss what you just said because I think it's a good theory. I really do, and I never want to dismiss someone's opinion or theory ever. That's disrespectful. But what I do is go back and do a timeline, and when you start the timeline, even just for the couple days before, where they're in Moab, okay, and they're camping at wherever the heck they're camping at this point. I don't even know anymore. Grand Tetons.
I can't remember.
I know they stayed a night or two at Devil's Campground. I know that.
They stay. Yeah, I mean we have pretty much everywhere they've been. The only time that we don't have them, which is interesting, is they go off the grid from August 1st to August 12th.
Yeah.
Now, we know his movements after that, as far as like he, quote unquote, and I'm air quotes here, killed Gabby and then set off for Jackson, see, I told you I haven't had enough coffee.
No, he was in Coulter Bay. He was in Coulter Bay.
Coulter Bay Village, yes. Went up there, hid up there for a couple of days, and then started working his way back. Coulter Bay is just a 5-hour walk from where Gabby was found.
Yeah.
Walk. A 5-hour walk. Could have been done. All this.
Oh, yeah.
So he went up there to establish a alibi. And that is his MO. He has been establishing an MO or an alibi every time someone runs into him.
Yeah, and you know what? I was just asking that. That's not a theory I really believe. I believe Brian did do it. I noticed, and I pointed this out before, and someone else had noticed it. I saw in a video too. The book he was reading while
Yeah.
Annihilation.
Lullaby, wasn't
While they were on her little video clip of them, he was in his hammock laying there reading that book, Annihilation.
He's a dark soul. He's got some
Yeah,
issues. I
very
don't know.
dark soul. Mm-hmm.
I don't know what Gabby, with all the light that she had in her, she's a fixer. I'm sure she thought she was.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, who hasn't dated? Who hasn't been the girl who thought they could fix the boy?
Oh,
Exactly.
and
Mhm.
she, she had a beautiful soul like that from what we hear,
Yep.
You could see it.
Yeah, they were 5 months on the road or something, man. That'd be like, oh, you know what I mean? Like always together, never apart. So no wonder
Yeah.
she
Well, I
was,
want to
poor
tell y'all
thing, was
this,
crying, saying
guys.
it was a team. Sorry?
Like with, my husband was in a car accident in April, and he didn't go back to work until the 1st of September. We were together 24/7 during that entire time. I'm going to tell you, 24/7 for months at
Right?
a time will test your nerves. I'm just going to be
Yeah.
point blank honest with you guys. We've been married 26 years. I love him with all of my heart. But one day I literally put my shoes on and he said, "Where are you going?" I said, "Outside to walk around for a minute." And he said, "Wait a minute, I'll go with you." I said, "No, no,
No.
no, no, no. It's best if you don't. Just sit right there in
Yes.
your chair. I'm fine. I just need a few minutes by myself because I'm so used to being home by myself. And having
Exactly. We
him
like
here
our alone time.
24/7, it was like the walls were closing in. And guys, we don't live in a big house. Our house was like 1,250 square feet. It was like,
That's a
oh
decent
my
sized
goodness, if
house.
but it's not.
Yeah, I know what you
It's
mean.
bigger than most. But it was like the walls were closing in. I'm like, come on, dude. If you follow me outside, somebody may seriously get hurt right now. Just leave me for a minute. Like
You go
and
out,
not that I
only
would
one
really
comes
ever hurt it,
back.
but I just needed to go outside and take a big, deep breath,
I know the feeling.
of fresh air and just by myself for a moment. But so I
And
can imagine being in that little van for months at a time, just the two of
Exactly.
them, and
let's
they're already hostile relationship.
let's
It's already
sorry,
it's not a
Case.
no, girl, it's fine. It's not a healthy relationship. They did not have a healthy relationship
No,
to
ma'am.
start with. It doesn't seem
No,
to me.
and let's remember everyone's coming out of lockdown being stuck together too.
Mm-hmm.
So
Yeah.
Yeah.
and
I'm still
neither
in
of
it.
them were working. So at
Yeah.
that through lockdown, from what I found so far,
Yeah.
because their job wasn't essential.
Yeah.
But
Can
And
I just say
I
Tia,
can
something to
tell
can
you
you
Phantom?
that my
correct
husband.
this?
What?
Oh, no, I'm sorry. I didn't mean to interrupt you, Tia. I'm sorry.
Oh
I
no,
think I have a little lag on my end. Can you help me remember? Did they both quit their jobs though? They didn't
Gabby
lose their
did.
jobs.
Well, they both worked at Publix at one point, and then she worked
Yeah,
somewhere else.
the
So
parents'
I'm
juice
guessing that
bar.
they worked enough, stashed some money, and then went on their trip.
Yeah.
To go on
And
this trip. Okay.
she sold her car to get that van also.
Yeah.
Can I just tell Phantom, even though the Moab murders were ruled out by the sheriff, the police chief of Utah actually stood down after this.
He
So
needed
I don't
to.
know if that's got anything to do with it. Yeah.
After that body cam footage? Oh
I
yeah.
knew it had come out that he said that it was unrelated, but
Mm-hmm.
I was just telling Phantom that he did step down. So
Mm-hmm.
anywho,
True.
it's late.
You're correct about that.
It's late. It's 1 o'clock in the morning. I'm gonna get off.
Well,
Thank
you
you
know
so
what,
much for Joey for coming up.
before
I
you
did drop
go,
your link. Wait a minute.
Yep.
Tia wants to say something to you, Joey.
Yeah,
Yep,
Joey,
yep.
before you go, you're giving me food for thought. So I may have to take a little dive in today and look
Yeah.
into it more. I'm not gonna
Alrighty.
lie.
Well, as I said, it's all just my opinion. Don't take it as fact.
No,
It was just
and
something I picked up in the interview and my heart was pounding. And it's like, case is on, I'm going to get on panel.
You're
Yeah,
welcome
just
to
Yeah.
come on panel. Anyone is welcome on panel anytime to discuss anything as long as they're respectful. And Joy, you have been more than respectful. You're welcome anytime that you want to come up.
And you
Anytime
know,
at all.
both of you
Thanks, guys.
gave everybody that came up has made
Mhm.
such good points. I love that. I
Yeah.
love to hear everybody's theories, not theories, but just opinions of what they've seen. Because
Yeah.
Mhm.
some people catch things that others haven't.
Oh, I agree with that so much. I love to hear
Mm.
what other people think because, like I said, Joey just she made me
Yeah.
think in the box, and you know what? I can go back and look. That's all good. Shoot, I appreciate it. So I always, I love an opposing opinion because it sends me back in to look things up.
Yeah,
Definitely.
exactly.
And
Well, I'm gonna get
where that fits in on the timeline, you know, of I really
Gotcha.
want to look into that. Thank you, Joey.
All right, snuggle that baby for me, Alicia. See you guys.
Bye.
Bye, Joey.
Bye.
Take
Get some
care.
rest.
Hey, Tia, I want to ask you your opinion on something. What do you think about Cassie coming out to protesters instead of the national media who have been begging for interviews for weeks now?
I freaking love it. First of all,
Yeah.
I think she just hit a brick wall. I think the yelling, the screaming, your kids are there, the neighbors, like I think she hit a brick wall and was like, I can't take another second. I cannot take another second of this. Throws on a dress and a pair of shoes and goes out. And
I
I think she
agree.
did the best she could. I don't believe she's telling the honest to God truth.
Mm-mm.
I'm not a, I think there are some things she came clean on. I don't believe she's telling the honest to God truth. But I will tell you this. I don't think that she and Brian are close. I'm not even sure she likes Brian, to be honest.
I'm like, exactly. That's
I
kind of the
agree.
same thing that I picked up on too. Exactly. It was kind of the same job that I got because I think there's like an 8-year age difference in their
Yep.
ages. Is that correct?
Yep.
And most people who have that big of a gap in ages, they're not extremely close to their siblings.
Well, and if Brian was treated differently than she was, perhaps her childhood was different than his. Maybe he got away with more. He's a little
Oh
more
yeah.
spoiled. I think you have two, in my opinion only, this is not case discussion, this is my opinion only. I think there you have two kids who were treated as only children who are siblings.
I believe you. And I believe that he's a mommy's boy.
Oh
And
my
there's
gosh. I mean, well, I have one. So
I was gonna say there's
Well,
nothing wrong
I
with
have
that.
a mommy's boy too,
Me too.
and I can.
Me too.
And
My
I love
nieces.
every second of it. So I'm not gonna.
Oh, well, girl, I do too. Yeah,
I'm not,
I love
I eat
every
that up
second
like
of my
it's
mommy's
porridge.
boy. Me
We have mommy's boys, but not to the extent that I think the Laundries.
Well, I would give my son a really good attorney.
I would too.
And I would
Exactly.
also, the first question, and who we weren't there, and
Yeah, we don't know what's
devil's
said.
advocate, who knows what they discussed for the 6 hours
Exactly.
that they were together. You don't know. Like the gentleman said before, she's sleeping. Who knows what they said to Cassie. Now, what I really want to know is what the story was when he came home without her. How does he spin that to be able to get money and cars and places? How do you spin that story to your parents? By the way, I killed my girlfriend. Can you help me hide out? What?
Yeah, exactly. Because I would be like, if that were my boys, I would be like, No, we've got a trip to make to the local police department, and you're going to tell where your girlfriend is. You're going to explain. I'm going to help you get an attorney, but you're going to go tell the truth because her family deserves to know where she's at. Just
We
like
have
I
a
want to know
long
where
line of
you're at.
cops and judges in our family, so you're getting away with nothing.
Yeah.
Yeah.
The only thing you're getting away with is waking up in the morning and going to bed at night. That's it.
That's it. That's it.
That's all you're getting away with, And my nieces, they were 6 years difference in their ages, and they were kind of like what I think these two are. Now, neither one of them ever committed any crimes, never been into any trouble, but their parents raised them differently. The oldest one, they didn't do as much for as they did the youngest one. They were both girls. The youngest one didn't. They just didn't do as much for. But the youngest one played travel ball. She played travel softball. She was a high school cheerleader. She was on the high school softball team. They were at everything that the kid did, even if it was a practice. It didn't matter. They were there. But the oldest one, they weren't, it was just, I don't know if they had just matured more when they had the youngest one, if they were in a better place financially when they had the youngest one. I don't know. They love both of their girls, but it's just different. The oldest one got like a $5,000 car when she got her driver's license. The youngest one got like a $9,000 car. Where like with us, we always try to, okay, if one son got a, say a $5,000 car, the youngest one was getting a $5,000 car. We tried to keep it
Yeah.
equal. And I don't think in that family they tried to keep anything equal, if that
I
makes
agree
sense.
with that. I agree with that.
I
I have
even
to
like
run.
it. You got to run.
I have to run, but
Thank you for
I love talking to you guys, and thank you for letting me come up and intrude.
Girl, you
and-
are welcome anytime that you want to come up. And Tia, about the messages from yesterday, I'm
Yes,
going
ma'am.
to be getting back with you on that. I've got a doctor's appointment in Nashville today, so I'll be in and out of the house. Nashville's like 125 miles from me, so I'll be on the road a lot here, just a
Oh, good
little bit.
gracious.
But I will be getting back in touch with you because I am very interested. I'm so excited. You are you're like a breath of fresh air to me.
You are.
And you're exactly what I needed. Honestly. You're exactly, and I appreciate it, and I thank you for coming up. Everyone, go subscribe to Tia's channel. I dropped the link.
Yes.
Thank you
Go
so much.
subscribe to her. She and LFT do an amazing job
They
breaking
sure
down
do.
cases. Yeah, they do a great job, and I'm so
you.
thankful that she comes here and hangs out with us. But
Well,
you have a
you know,
wonderful
I'm
day,
here to help
Tia.
you. I told you last night, and I will tell everybody else here, anybody else starting a channel, I'm new still too, but I'm here to raise folks up. I don't want the drama. I'm here to assist where
Destiny,
you need
I don't like
assistance.
drama. Mm-mm.
And
Yeah, neither do I.
I just want success for people. I want success for myself, but I want success for others as well. So if I can help you get there,
Exactly.
I'm there.
Well,
I'm
if you
there.
want,
Exactly. But
you
you are
can come
welcome. And
subscribe
sometime
to
we
our
will
other
plan.
channel too.
Yeah.
Drop that link too.
Sometime we get everything. Yeah. Drop Alicia's link too, guys, if you don't mind.
I never
But
say it. I always forget. But yeah,
sometime whenever we'll plan a live together, either on your channel or mine. It doesn't matter. And
Oh, I think we do both.
yeah, well, we can stream it to both if you can help me figure that out.
I know how.
We can figure out how to stream it to both. We'll get it done to both. But yes, I appreciate you so much, Tia, and tell LFT I appreciate her, and I look forward to talking to you both more.
Yeah,
All
picking
right.
your brain.
You
I
guys
would
have a
love
great
to.
day. Thank you, chat. You guys are so sweet, and thank you for those who stopped. Have a great day, guys.
Thank you, Tia.
Bye, girl. You have a great day too.
I loved Tia and Phantom's put it in and then Joey's information as well. That was just all so
It's
something that
all
I
great information, y'all. We really have had a good panel today. Y'all, I cannot tell
yeah.
you how excited I am to actually have had a panel on. People, you know what I mean? People actually wanting to come up and to talk. Please know that and I'm going to try to do better about posting the link. The link is always
Yeah.
available, as always available. As long as you're respectful,
Yep.
the link is always available to express how you feel. Um, it's all, and you'll notice Joey let a couple of little words slip out. It didn't upset me because I know that's how Joey, Joey talks. Joey communicates like that. I can handle that, but I don't want it in a disrespectful manner, I should
Yeah.
say. You know
She
what I
didn't
mean?
mean she wasn't disrespectful like that, you know. It just
Yeah.
is how she
She
speaks
wasn't
and
she wasn't using bad words at us or at anyone in the chat.
she
I
corrected
don't want
herself, but
anyone, yes, and I don't want anyone in the chat to ever feel disrespected, ever, because
yeah.
that leaves a bad look. And that person, that everybody has feelings. Please always remember that. You may think you're taking a quick jab at someone, but you don't know if that quick jab you're taking may be the final straw that's going to send someone over the edge. Always remember that.
I love
Always
Carrie. That's her
remember that.
personality, though, and she doesn't
Yeah.
mean nothing by it. So if I just, you know, everybody is who they are.
Everybody say they are. We love Joey. We love
She's
Joey.
yeah, and
Oh, Eric, thank you so much for being here. I hope you'll subscribe if you haven't done so already. Go back and watch the replay. We Oh, Joey, you're just fine, girl. You know that. You are just fine.
go
Um
subscribe to our other channel too, where we talk about every and anything.
Yeah, we talk about
Please.
every and anything over there. Over here, we try to do true crime and a little bit of life every once in a while. Thank you so much, Eric. For those of you that came in late, at the beginning of the video, I played Cassie's video where she came out of her house and talked to the protesters. That's about, to all in total, it was about 20 minutes long, just so that you know, okay? And Good Morning America, she was on there this morning, and that one was about 5 minutes long. And got a little glimpse of what went on September the 6th that we hadn't gotten before.
Does anybody have the link to our other channel? Because I am on my phone. I'm sorry.
Wait just a second. Let me find it over here, girl. Hold on just a second. I'll find it.
You guys, we have a lot to think about, and you know, in my timeline, I really want to look into what everyone has said. Phantom and Joey and Tia. I really want to go back, look at a lot of videos. A lot of the news that came out during that time in that area. I really want to get to putting that in the timeline as well. If you know what you guys understand, because I think that's also crucial.
Here's Alicia's channel, guys. It's LFT.
It's our
well,
channel,
but it's the other channel, guys, right there. If you don't mind subscribing to it as well, we would appreciate it. We're planning as soon as Alicia's kind of settled down with her wee little bundle of joy.
Do you want to do that tonight? We could
Well, I'm not sure what time I'll be home from Nashville. That's the thing. It's 100. My appointment is not until like 2:30, and it's 125-mile drive for me. So I'm not sure what time I'll even get home.
Well, how about we schedule it for tomorrow?
Okay. I'll talk to you about that. I can do it tomorrow during the daytime. Of course, I have
That'd be
church
perfect.
tomorrow night. Yeah, but we're going to talk about on the other channel, guys. We're going to do We're going to do a live about depression, anxiety, postpartum depression, um, how that can contribute to domestic violence, and how
Yeah.
to warning signs and things like that. Because,
And it
I mean, not everyone can deal with someone who has depression and anxiety. Not everyone can.
and also, not just mental health altogether, to not
Yeah,
like
mental health awareness. Mental
I
health
also
awareness one.
and it will be an open panel, so we would love to hear. I have anxiety really bad. I have
Mhm.
struggled with depression. So, I would love to hear everybody else's stories as well.
Yeah.
Uh,
I have anxiety and depression, and I have PTSD from things that I went through as a child
yeah, I have
that
PTSD too.
I've
I mean, I get a
battled
list.
over the
Mhm.
years. And
And it gets
it
easier.
takes a lot. It does get easier, but it takes a lot for someone to live with someone who has those
Yeah.
issues.
You know
It
why?
really does.
Well, it
Not
does
only
get
I suffer, but my husband suffers. And I
you
always
know
try
what
to
I
remember that.
notice cases with my PTSD, I will, I'll be good for a while and then I'll have that flashback.
Mhm. And
So,
you
yeah.
never know what's gonna trigger that flashback. You never know what's going to trigger that flashback.
And
It
then
can
it's a
be
full-blown
you can be
anxiety attack.
fine 1 minute and boom, you're right back to
Yep.
what you're right back to that day.
And
And
also, I would love to hear if anybody has any, that they don't believe in any of that. We want all points of view. We don't
all
discriminate
points
on
of view are
anything.
welcome.
If
Mm-mm.
you think that mental health is, over, just overly done and pushed by doctors, that we would love more than happy to hear your opinions as well. Because everything's welcomed.
Yeah, everyone's opinion is welcome. The only thing that I ask, and I'm sorry guys, this is the nurse in me coming out, is from my point of view, is please don't push too hard that
Yeah.
mental health issues don't exist,
No.
because you could push someone who is struggling into thinking that they're not really having an issue.
Yeah,
Just
no,
please
but
remember that.
be
I know I just wanted
respectful.
to say that. Be
Definitely.
respectful, because I have had my own I have had distant family members tell me that depression is just something you can just walk
Yep.
outside, go for a walk and get over. That's not,
Def
in my opinion, that's not true.
Pick yourself up. What's the issue?
Mhm.
Okay. Yeah,
Exactly.
that just is like, oh, okay. Yeah, let me just there's been times where I'm stuck in bed for a few
Mhm.
days.
Mm.
But get up. You could stop. This is enough. Well, okay. Well, just say we'll talk about that. How about that? We'll talk about that over there. Do you want to read some of these
Exactly.
comments?
I was reading this. I Mo just posted my email address. If you have grievances, suggestions, or any case suggestions, please reach out to me. I also want to tell you, if you are living in a situation that you are being abused in, it could be mental, physical, verbal, anything. If you are being, or if you're in a situation that you don't know how to get out of, email me. If you don't reach out to anyone else, email
Yeah.
me. I will help you.
There's an
I can
endless
get
list of
find the
resources.
yeah, I will help you find the resources, and I will help you get there. But you've got to reach your hand out for the help, okay?
Yep.
If you don't have anyone else around you you can trust me. I will help
And
you.
as
The
will I.
email, your information will go no further than my inbox. except to the people that, of course, that that I reach out to for your help. But I will not come on this panel and say, "Oh, guess what? So and so email me." No, 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 no.
No.
I don't do that. I do not do that. I'm very, very careful with information that people trust me with.
Yeah.
And I have been told that Australia, it has even more resources and articles and things about domestic violence than the United States does. So Mo is posting
Yeah,
the
they
link
pay.
for
You
domestic
know,
violence in Australia.
Australia has that. If you are on like live or something and you're in a domestic situation, to do the closed fist,
Mm-hmm.
and I love that. But
I do too.
also, you guys, I'm 100%. I as I can get you resources as well as Case, and obviously I love working with Case. I like to run I do like to run everything by her, but if you feel comfortable reaching out to me as well, um,
Mm-hmm.
I'd be more than
Yeah,
happy to
find
help you with all the
somebody that you
resources.
trust. Yes, find someone that you trust. That's the thing about it, guys. Leaving a situation like this requires trust. You have to build trust with the person that's going to help you out of that situation. You have
Um,
to. You have to
yeah,
learn to trust that person.
we have a
And
lot of safe houses. I
mhm.
know there's a lot of them across the states. Um, where they will you could leave with nothing, and they will make
Mhm.
sure that you, even if you have children, they will make sure that you have whatever you need,
Yeah. and
and they
and
will get you.
you don't have to be stuck in a situation. you
Nobody
um
does.
Nobody has to be stuck in a situation like that. No one at all. Everyone deserves to live a happy, free, calm life without being abused. And I want to say
Exactly.
this too: verbal abuse can be just as bad as physical abuse.
Oh, I would
No
rather
one has
be.
the right. Yeah, I'd rather someone hit me as to talk
Yeah,
down to me. I had
that.
rather be hit, I think, 10 times a day than for
Yep.
someone to talk down to me.
Isn't
So
that
don't
sad?
think just because they aren't hitting you, they're not abusing you, because that's not the case. Verbal abuse to me is just as bad as physical abuse.
A lot of people also don't realize that they are in a domestic relationship,
Mhm.
and just bringing that awareness would be great. And you want to do that tomorrow for sure, and then we'll be
Yeah,
able
we can.
to.
I'll call you at least on my. If I don't get to talk to you beforehand, I'll call you when I'm in the car on my glorious 125-mile drive, and we'll try to
Oh
figure out a
yeah,
timing and everything. Uh,
I'll talk to you through the drive.
yeah, but yeah, guys, just and watch your friends and your loved ones, your friends, because there may be someone right now going through a situation like this and they don't even realize it. Also, one other thing I want to say, okay?
Ooh, I'm sorry.
I heard, no, you're fine. I heard the protesters saying if they called CPS on Cassie, Cassie would talk. That made me so mad.
Oh,
I'm going to tell you why. Do not
what?
threaten CPS that you're going to call CPS on
The
someone
children have
unless you
nothing to do
know.
with it.
Yeah,
Wow.
unless you know absolutely 100% for sure that there is abuse going on in that household. Do not use CPS as a tool to get someone to talk or because you don't like someone. That is disgusting behavior, and shame on you for even saying that.
Joey, I saw
I
your comment, and I'm sorry about that. I really am.
said feel
I'm
like
sorry.
not feeling like we're living the best because of relationships. All I can say is yes, you can do better, and life does get better. You're exactly right,
Yep.
Joey. Exactly. Yeah, exactly, Kathy. Exactly. Um, Eric, you're exactly right. That's like swatting somebody. It's wrong. You do not use CPS. Okay, I'm just gonna play it out here for you. What if they had called CPS? What if CPS had removed Cassie's children from what we know right now is a loving home? Oh, thank you, Renee. Have a great day. What if they had removed them from a loving home and sent them to a foster care situation where they weren't being taken care of? Not saying all foster care homes are bad, but I'm just trying to play devil's advocate here. What if they put them in a situation where they weren't being taken care of? You think that's going to help anything? Do you think that would have made Cassie talk? No. And then you've opened yourself up for a lawsuit for bringing that into her family. And just do not use exactly, Joey. A lot of a lot of a lot of foster care children don't make it out of the system in the very best situations. And
Hey, sorry, I accidentally hit X.
oh, girl, that's okay. But yes, please, guys. I mean, I know we get upset and we get connected to these cases, but watch what you say. I mean, what you may think,
I can't
oh,
hear.
well, I bet if CPS was involved, they would talk. Well, the person next to you may take you for granted, may take your words to heart, and they may call CPS. You may not have any intent of calling CPS. The person next to you may do just that. Words have consequences, guys. Words have
I can't
consequences.
hear your audio case. I'm gonna come back out.
Oh, okay, girl. All right. So please remember that. Yeah, Joey, I'm glad that you have a great husband. I really am. My husband and I have been married for 26 years. Only one time, I was standing like pretty close to him, and he didn't realize it, and he like swung around to say something to me. You know how sometimes you'll talk with your arms, and his elbow kind of caught my nose just a little bit. I thought my husband was going to have a heart attack. He said, I did not mean to do that. I did not mean to do that. I was laughing at him because I was standing too close to him. We were just having a normal conversation. Neither one of us were anywhere. I mean, we weren't even mad or anything. And he said, oh my God, my elbow hit you. I'm so sorry. I'm like, forget it. If you were angry and did that, the wrath would have came down on you. Exactly, modern perspective. That's what I'm trying to say. Don't underestimate the power of your words that may have an influence on someone else. Oh, Joey, my husband is the best. My husband is absolutely the best. There's Alicia. She's feeding the baby. My husband, he is absolutely the best. We've been married for almost 26 years. Um, Honestly, I never thought of getting a divorce. I mean, you know what I mean? Sure, we've had some disagreements, but we worked them out. We just
I think
we
I've been
just
married
held on as
for
tight as
13.
we could and worked through things. Oh, how sweet.
I'm
That's Alicia's little bundle.
I know I'm supplementing right now, um, because it's still that colostrum. I'm not getting enough for him, so I got to give it a little bit of supplement.
Yeah.
I don't like doing
How
that though.
precious.
I just want to
Yeah.
come back up and say, because I didn't get to say, thank you so much to everyone. You really got my brain going, and I love that. And I want to say to everybody who has survived domestic, you did it. We did it. I'm one, and you're a survivor.
That's exactly right. You are a survivor, and women, like Tia said earlier, let's build each other up.
Right.
Everyone, let's build each other up. God did not put us on this earth to tear each other down. Let's build each other up. If you see someone that needs an extra hand, reach that hand out, help pull them up. We are here for each other. We're
Yep.
not here to tear each other down at all for any reason whatsoever. But
Agreed.
guys, I appreciate you all so much for being here. If you haven't hit that thumbs up yet, please hit that thumbs up. Consider subscribing if you haven't done so already. Like I like to say, leave your DNA all over my page. I really
Yep.
appreciate it.
And leave your DNA on the other one too.
The other one too on Alicia's
Sub
page.
on
Leave your DNA all over there as well. But guys, I'm going to have to get off of here. Yes, subscribe if you haven't done so already. Thank you so much, Joey. I really appreciate that. I'm going to have to get off here and get ready to leave for my doctor's
Yeah.
appointment pretty soon.
I will talk to
I
you,
love
Case.
you all. Yeah, we'll talk on the phone. We definitely will. Thank you so much for being here. If you didn't catch it all, please go back and rewatch it. I don't know if I'll get back in time to do live tonight. If there's any updates, I will definitely try to do a live. Definitely.
I'll do a live tonight and just update you guys on Case maybe. And
Yeah, that'll
if
be
she's
that'll
able to
be
join if she
great.
can.
Yeah, that'll be great. But I'll talk to you guys soon. Thank you so much for being here.
Yep.
Bye, everybody.
Bye.